Alright guys, so today I just wanted to show you guys how to draw some hands. Alright, this is the easiest way, this is how I did it, and I think it'll work for you too. So the first step, draw a circle. Let's make it a good looking circle, let's just use the shape tool, whatever. No one will notice. Let's draw a circle. Boom, we got a circle, alright? Then let's draw. Gotta make sure it's in blue. Let's draw a triangle. You can draw a triangle inside of it. Make sure it's not touching the edges. You can just draw circles here. And then you gotta write this thing out with your pen. You can't type it, or else it won't work. Gotta type out. Gotta write out hands. Hands. Demon. Oop. Come to me. You gotta underline this 3 times, and suddenly you'll be able to draw hands. So, let's see if it worked. Hopefully it did. Worked for me at least. Hey, look at that! Drawing some good looking hands, yeah? Let's draw some more. See how far the power goes. Yeah, looking alright, looking alright, looking alright. Let's try another one. Let's see what else. Let's make it extra angry. Give me an angry hand, demon. Angry looking right, demon. You gotta do better. Come on. See what else we can do. Ball holding hand. Oh, that's simple. Got that one right down. What about a gun? Oh wow, YouTube's gonna demonetize this video, but don't worry, we've already done a demon summoning circle, so it's fine. Let's draw that gun, just very quick and easy. And boom, that one's done. What'd you say? What? Oh. Wait, did you say my soul? Is what? My soul is gone? What? Oh, fuck, I've sold my soul. Was it in there? The fine text? I looked at the fine text, it wasn't there. Oh, fine. I've sold my soul to the devil, guys. Help me. Alright. Let's see if I can teach you how to do it. What I already have gained from selling my soul to you without you having to sell your soul to the devil. So, hands, let's bring up what I drew earlier. These hands, they're pretty basic, to be honest. Most of the hands for me, I mostly just think of it in like 3 different parts, and it works best for me. So, you think of it, I think of it in the palm, this thumb right here, and the fingers, which you can always break up. So, starting off with the palm, it's pretty clear here what I drew. It's just like a sort of like tapered box like this. But remember guys, hands are in 3D, so it's gonna, here on the side, you can see how it's kind of like, also sort of, there's the tapering box as well. So a hand would kind of just, oof, I don't like that. So kind of the palm of the hand is basically just this sort of tapering box like that. This is the easiest way to think about it, especially if you're trying to figure out how to connect it to the wrist, which will basically just connect to the back side of the box, and then you can just draw some lines that don't break your wrists in half, like that, and it'll look fine either way. See? Those are some pretty made up wrists, and those have form as well. So basically think of your palm as this sort of 3D round box. It's probably just the easiest way to think of it. Alright, back to the hands. So we've got our palm down. Next step would be, let me switch the colors so you can actually see it. Next step would probably be your thumb. So if we bring back our palms, our thumb here. A thumb mostly is just this sort of bump, and then this sort of curve for the joint. So I mostly just tend to bend my thumbs in a little, so they look kind of cool and it gives them more character. So if we break down this side angle here, it's kind of just sticking on the side as this big sort of ovaloid shape, like that. Draw out the form if you want to. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm really sorry if you guys can't. But it's sort of just this big sort of oval egg, sort of flat egg shape. If you draw it from the side, it sort of will look like this sort of the shape of it, and then you have your there. Yeah, so it's a very flat looking egg, but in general you want to give it like a sort of ovular shape. Let's see if we can add to our palms from earlier. Oof, hands, they won't disappear. No! So you can add them onto your palms here. Let's see. Get sort of like this egg. This egg here. So you basically just want to draw your palm on the side. This is from the side, of course. And then you want to draw your egg here, which is just going to stick in there. It's not going to be all the way up here, no. It's going to be towards the downside. And it's just going to stick into the side of the palm, like, just somewhere. Alright, so back to the hands. The second part of the hand, the thumb sort of shape. What did I just do? Alright. Hopefully this demon won't come to me again. It's the thumb. I just tend to draw all my fingers, especially the thumb, in a sort of double curve fashion, but if you simplify it even more, it would literally just be this. So if you're starting out, draw it with this sort of flat on one side and curved on one side. It's basically just a lazy triangle, favor-sided triangle. Basically, it's the same thing here, even though you can't see it. And then the triangle. So let's apply it to these hands we were drawing earlier. Let's add them some thumbs. Straight, curve. Straight. If you're looking at it from the side that'll be curved, it's going to be the upside basically. Here, straight, curve. Actually, let's make it facing down for the sake of simplicity. Actually, how would this go? Just be a foreshortened. This one's foreshortened, which makes it less fun. But yeah, just the thumb is basically a big egg and flat egg and straight and curved. Alright, on to the hardest part, which will probably be the fingers. Yeah, so the fingers, they're basically like, tend to think of them as a sort of pointer and then the rest as like a sort of slanted lean-to shape. This is if you're drawing them from the front or the back. You can see here that I don't like this color, get rid of it. Let's give you guys a bright green to hurt your eyes. This sort of finger here, which is sort of just a big sort of straight, like that. One side, it shouldn't be a perfect rectangle, and it shouldn't be wider on top most cases. I'd prefer not to have it wider on top. So your pointer finger will be the main one that kind of pops out a lot. So it'll be sort of just a sort of tapered box again. I really love that shape, don't I? But it's very thin. So if we're gonna just... So let's go into our practice here. And we can add the pointer finger. Let's start with the pointer finger. So it kind of just sticks on the form like that. And then you can draw a curve. You can have it curved back, but basically just cutting it short and just foreshortening the rest around the palm. Or you can just have it sticking out like following the kind of this line of the palm sometimes, most of the time. Stick it out like that. Let's see on this one, because this one's for sure and it'll be from the front. So it'll be kind of, let's bend it just for the sake of it. So it'll be there. Sort of in front, this is the first joint. We can just foreshorten the second joint and third joint's sort of down. That don't look so good. Yeah, like that. There we go. This one, let's make it gnarly. We can bend it. Let's bend it like that. So you see here the form I'm trying to use is sort of like a this. Which may not be the best form, but it's got one side that's favored. It's going towards one side like that. And it'll help with sort of, because your fingers are constantly getting smaller towards the tip, right? So you want to try and get one side thinner, and that's what this shape basically does. All right, let's go into the rest of the fingers, aka the killer mitten. So with the mitten, it's basically just a sort of tapered box again, I guess. See, like in all of these cases, this one is harder to see, but it's still a tapered box. As it connects with the back right there. Same thing here, tapered box. The finger I forgot to draw earlier. So in general, yeah, you want to use this sort of tapered box shape. See if we can get our examples back. And so here you would basically just fill up the rest of the palm. Make sure it doesn't stick next to the hand or else it won't look natural. So make it fan out a little, and you can just draw the tapered box like that. There are two ways to do it, like you could draw it like this, or you could draw it like this. Depending on the scenario, I tend to use both. And then here we can draw in the tapered box. And then like that. Like so. So I think if you try and think about how the hand breaks down, it's mostly just the palm, the thumb, and the tapered finger boxies. Another thing you might want to talk about, is breaking down the finger box. So let me draw a hand quickly, because I already sold my soul. I can do this very fast. Let's draw our little fancier sort of box here. It's kind of cut off from one end. And let's draw our wrists. Maybe let's bend this hand actually. And we can have this thumb crook in like that. And putting the egg, part of the egg shape. Remember we talked about that earlier. See, let's have them have all straights. That. So let's figure out how to break up this sort of funky box into like actual fingers. So I tend to just see how I'll do it. Let me do it first. Like that, basically you want to get it so that it goes down to a point on the hand here, and then it'll just sort of like split open like that. And you want this first one to sort of taper into a finger. The second one is should follow these two. Like you basically want to think of it like a sort of like a big chubby finger, and then you can split it down the middle like just like that. And it'll give you two good looking fingers. This final pinky should be cut off because you remember if we slant the box, the pinky's top should be where the slant ends, like there. And then you can just figure out how to draw a good looking pinky from there. So I think we can try another one that's a little harder. Wait a second to get another hand. See if it's curved in, how we could break it up. I tend to struggle this one a little bit because I myself am used to having open palm, sort of like this hands, but let's try this one. So, oof, am I in the wrong layer? Oh no, good, that's good, that's good. So let's see how it goes. You want to follow this sort of form of the hands like that when you're drawing these fingers. And because the fist, your hands will be clenched together in a more inorganic way, I guess. But they'll still have space in between them. So I would think this looks right, yeah. Something like that. Another note on the sort of palm mitten is that it has a form. And so from the top, it would just... I usually don't draw the top because you can't see it. But the top sort of will look like that. See if I can draw foreshortened hands for you. Actually, I'll make another video on foreshortened hands. They're much more complicated. These are sort of unforeshortened, sort of simpler hands. They literally, like, that's that. The finger, here, the palm, and then the wrist, which sort of just kind of follows the flow of one side of the palm or the other. So, like, if you have, like, palm here, you can have it follow the other side of the palm. Yeah, like that. So your wrist will tend to follow the palm unless it's you're sort of just holding it out straight, which then it'll just follow the center line of the palm. But yeah, I think that's good enough for hands. I think these are some really nice looking hands, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. So I guess in the comments tell me if you want me to make another video on hands, if this one wasn't clear enough, or if it was clear enough, please tell me if it was clear. I'd really appreciate the feedback. I'm still learning a bit more about hands myself, even though I've sold my soul to the devil. And so yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and remember to please like, comment, sub, whatever you guys do. Thank you guys so much, and frog out.